Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your mid-November 2025 love reading. Thank you to those of you who have liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's what I call the Bridge the Gap spread. And the way it works is we'll get the past, present, future energies between you and the main love interest. Then we'll pull oracle cards for the Bridge the Gap dynamic. As far as the decks being used, on the left side we have the Lover's Path Tarot, on the right side we have the Romantic Tarot. And also keep in mind it's a general reading, so I'm going to be referring to the cards on the left as your energy and the cards on the right as the other person's. If you feel it's a way around your situation, then definitely trust that. Alright, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. Past energy on your side, we have the Prince of Coins. So this is actually Virgo energy here. And to me, what I'm getting from this could just be saying that you might have felt a really strong pull toward this person, but for whatever reason you might have hesitated to actually express those feelings and try to get the connection off the ground. Past energy on their side, we have the Queen of Swords, so this is Libra energy here. And yeah, if we look at their facial expression, they look a little bothered, right? Possibly distracted at the very least. And we see the Nine Swords behind them, which makes you think of Nine of Swords energy, which points to anxiety, losing sleep. And there's the one sword down at the ground pointing in this direction, right? So it could just be saying on one hand, they might have had some interest in you as well, but it seemed like they just had too many other things on their plate, too many things on their mind to where they weren't really able to give to the connection. Present energy on your side, we have Power. So this is the equivalent of the Emperor in traditional tarot, which is Aries energy. So yeah, it looks like now you could just be really viewing this person as the potential to make a power couple with you, right? You might view them as an equal in some ways. You might see the potential for the connection to go to distance. So now it looks like, whereas the interest was there, now it looks like you're growing in confidence as to whether or not the connection could actually work out. Present energy on their side, we have the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands in this deck in particular, the artwork is interesting to me because we see this person looks like they're looking at all the dancers up there, right? And what always stands out to me is we see the flowers behind their back, which to me points to them saying, okay, ultimately they have the intention to give those flowers to one of those women, right? But it's just one of those things where I feel like they're in a phase where they're exploring their options right now. So it seems like for whatever reason you seem to be really drawn to this person, even though I don't see them really reciprocating that energy toward you. And I feel like this is saying that ultimately they do want to settle down in a committed partnership, but I feel like their outward actions don't really make that clear. So that's what's interesting to see, where they're not really giving any indicator that they would be interested in a partnership, right? Like I said in the past, we could see or like they were preoccupied. Here looks like they're just enjoying being flirtatious, right? And then on your side, though, it seems like you've just felt this strong pull toward them, and it's only been increasing up to this point. All right, and future energy on your side, we have the Prince of Staves. So this is actually Sagittarius energy here, and of course we're going to be moving into Sagittarius season soon, so this could definitely just be pointing to that timeline in particular. But if we look at the artwork here, right now we see his back turned to the cards on his side. So yeah, it could just be saying that ultimately, especially if you do come to that realization, right, that okay, it just seems like this person's just exploring their options, right? That might make you feel like, okay, even if you still have that strong attraction to them and that feel that pull toward them, you might decide, well, maybe it's best for me to just cut my losses because it doesn't like this person is open to anything serious, right? Although, like we said, I think the irony is that they are, but they're just really, really bad at making that clear with their actions. All right, and future energy on their side, we have Judgment. So, we have the Sagittarius energy there. We currently have Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius. It will backtrack into Scorpio. This is a Scorpio energy here. That's coming up around the 19th, 18th or 19th of this month. So maybe this is saying that once that happens, they might actually, by seeing you pull away now, all of a sudden, that might actually cause them to get their act together and actually make more of an effort toward you. So, bit of a messy energy, quite frankly, right? But, I feel like all of that could sound like it would be a manipulative tactic. I don't really think that's the case for them. It's just more of they just seem to be oblivious to how they come across to an extent, and then also how people react around them too. So, you know, so I don't think this is indicative of them playing games, right? That, oh, the second it looks like Aquarius is ready to walk away. Now all of a sudden I'm going to rush back in. No, no, I was just kidding, right? It just seems like they really are just doing their own thing, and then they probably do value you, but again, like I said, it seems like they're really bad at making it clear that they would like to settle down. Bottom of the deck on your side, we have fertility. So this is the equivalent of the Empress in traditional tarot. So yeah, and interesting that we see the lion symbolism with the artwork here too, right? Because for you guys, your relationship house is Leo. So it could just be saying that you really just have that feeling where you want to be in a committed partnership, you want to settle down. So that could be part of why you're feeling such a strong energy toward this connection as well. But if that's the case, I feel like this is at the very least saying that, maybe the key would be to, however you're feeling, give them the opportunity to take the lead, right? Because I feel like if you chase them, it's going to just, it'll be unclear where they really stand. Whereas if it's kind of on them to make it clear where they stand, it might go better that way. Bottom of the deck on their side, we have the Knight of Wands. So, you have the equivalent of that. It's a different name in this deck, but you have that in the future on your side. Here we see at the bottom of the deck on their side. So, yeah, so maybe it's coming down to, like I said, so between seeing the back turned on the card there, and seeing the Judgment energy, and seeing the Knight of Wands riding toward that direction, could just be saying that, yeah, as we move through a Sagittarius season, there actually would be some hope for them to finally come forward and make it clear how they're feeling. And interestingly enough, beneath that we have the Lovers. So yeah, definitely looks like you could see some positive improvement there. But yeah, like I said, I feel like the key would be to just try to take more of a hands-off approach at this time and let them take more to lead. But we'll see what the Oracle cards add to the mix. First, we'll see what we get from the Messages of Love Oracle card deck. Just going to give this a few shuffles. Okay, we will take this card here. And next we'll do the same thing with the Wisdom Oracle deck. So I'm just going to give this a few shuffles now. Alright, and we'll take this card here. Okay, so we'll take a look at that Messages of Love card first. Alright, we have Acceptance. It says everything happens for a reason. So, interesting message there, right? At the very least, I would say, at a minimum, it could be a timing thing, right? Where you're like, well, why weren't we able to get this off the ground sooner, right? Like this is saying maybe this is something that they need to figure out for themselves, right? Which is that, hey, if you actually do want to be in a partnership, make that more clear, right? So maybe this is more of a distance at this time for them to figure out what they need to display in order to get what they want. And from the Wisdom Oracle, we have Clean It Up. There's the artwork, and the number is 21. Let's see what this has to say. Alright, the relationship message says, time to clear the air, take a look at your side of the street, and say what's on your mind. Sweep away the old stuff so that a spring breeze can float through with new energy. It's the perfect time to do an inventory of your dynamics and see what's yours and what's not yours to clean up the relationship. Everyone brings some baggage, Sort through what you brought with you and let go of what is no longer needed. Become unencumbered and your relationship will flourish. So yeah, definitely an interesting message there, right? And at the very least, like I said, if you feel like you're just carrying more to weight in this connection, right? Like, okay, why does it feel like I'm always the one trying to initiate things, right? That could be indicative of that too, of where we're saying, yeah, you know what? If that is the case, definitely, then, maybe take a step back, let them come toward you, and make it more clear where they stand in the situation. But hopefully that resonates for you guys. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.